Good morning, welcome to my hike. I'm Kevin, and today we are hiking in Temescal Canyon in the Santa Monica Mountains in Los Angeles. Temescal Canyon, it sounds like it's a derivative of tequila, doesn't it? Isn't that what they make tequila out of? Mezcal, that's what I'm thinking of. I think mezcal, if that even. You don't want to be doing shots of tequila when you're hiking because you may not find your way back. All right, grab your protein pills, put your helmet on. We're going for a hike. My wingman today is a very talented screenwriter, stand-up comic, actor, filmmaker, and today he's going to add a hiker to that list. That's right. Today we're hiking with the very funny Mr. Bobcat Goldthwait. I see you brought some coffee with you this morning.
Yeah.
You a coffee guy in the morning?
Coffee guy, love to hike. Mm-hmm. No, this is, I don't know if I'm gonna make it. I'm already tired.
I'm taking on the easy trail. What is your breakfast like every morning?
It's usually coffee, nicotine gum.
Now, do you actually light the gum or do you just chew it?
I chew it. I chew way too much of it.
When I met you, you were drinking tons of Tab.
Yeah.
Soda. I mean, your whole back seat of your car was full of empty cans of Tab.
That's true. About 2-3 6-packs a day.
And that was years ago.
Yeah. But
and
you're
still okay.
Tab.
You can't get it. Why?
I don't know. It's easier to get like crack than it is to score Tab.
But you had like at least 2 6-packs.
Sure, I would do it on stage. I'd drink like a 6-pack. Mm-hmm. you keep shoving me. It's just a little past this knoll here.
Good, just step in the woods a little bit.
Yeah.
No, that's all right. Everything's gonna be fine.
Everything's good.
So you're not much of a health nut, are you?
No, not at all. Not at all.
So this hike.
But I am a vegan.
You are a vegan.
Yeah, you don't get this body just putting anything in it.
Well, why is that? Why are you vegan?
I'm one of the portly vegans.
Well, you're a junk food vegan, probably.
Yeah, and you can do that. People don't realize it.
Or a large portion vegan.
Yeah, I eat by size. I became a vegan. I was a vegetarian for a long time, and it's not like, look, I don't care what other people do. Yeah, I just couldn't wrap my brain around eating animals. I actually like them a lot.
Bob, I first met you, it was probably in the early 80s.
I was 20.
You were 20.
And I just did Letterman, and you were nice enough to let me come stay at your apartment in Larchmont.
Yeah, near Larchmont.
Yeah.
In Los Angeles.
That's crazy.
Yeah, you slept on my couch.
And I remember it was the first time I'd seen Sparkletts water delivered to a home.
Yeah, we were high class.
I know, but I was like,
fancy.
I go, why can't, no, we don't drink that water, we drink this water. I was like, okay.
By the way, do you like people call you Bob or Bobcat?
It's weird, I kind of like Bobcat.
Right.
I think it's just, I've been it since I was 15.
We might even see a Bobcat up here in the canyon.
Yeah.
Would that scare you?
Yeah.
What if it looked just like you and is running through the woods?
Doing my old act from the 80s.
Yeah.
The least subtle Bobcat.
Well, Bob, you used to do, you had like an affected voice when you did your act.
Yeah.
And then I started noticing that you started to have something to say. You started getting political and stuff, and you had points of view. And it was hard to believe you because of the voice. So you were kind of like in a conundrum there.
Definitely. I think people, yeah, and I get really backhanded compliments like, hey, you're acting smart or something like that.
Yeah.
So eventually I just jettisoned it.
You've created a brand for yourself. I mean, people recognize your image. It's almost like, with the hat and the little beard. It's almost like you are like the Colonel Sanders of comedy now.
That's right, I know. And often people ask, why am I not doing those commercials?
That's right.
Especially with my body of work. But I don't know if people know me that much as a filmmaker, even though I've made like 7 movies now and I've had 4 of them at Sundance,
Yeah.
I think the persona that I did in the 80s kind of, I don't even know.
Overshadowed everything.
Yeah.
Well, and also you did a lot of the Police Academy movies too.
Those will haunt you. I don't think it's the Police Academy as much as like doing things like Hollywood Squares.
That's right. Well, when you're starting out, you do anything,
Right.
You get on TV and make money.
But it gets weird, because, when you're kind of out of the business, and I don't mean that, no one says that officially. They just you keep getting enough things to go.
Or you keep coming up with better excuses why you haven't been on TV lately.
Yeah, or you get this whole cycle, and about 15 years ago, I just quit. It was actually our friend Eric Idle. When he told me he didn't go out on auditions and stuff, I was like, that's an option? And I just, I really believe it's important to quit often in life until you end up somewhere where you don't want to leave.
Yeah.
And that's what happened to me, I didn't know that I wanted to be a storyteller, but it's the happiest I've ever been. I didn't plan on this career, but I find it super fulfilling, and really, it's not a plan B. It's kind of like, I wonder, as a younger man, I think I probably still would have wanted to know if I could do comedy and all that stuff, but yeah. I'm really happy directing.
You doing a lot of directing, Bob?
Yeah.
You ever get problem actors that don't want to take your direction?
Yeah.
Bob, try to stay closer.
Okay. But the funniest is when they don't want to take direction and it's something they wrote. That's the funniest part. I didn't write it, just say the words.
Do you think you ever met like a murderer who wasn't convicted or caught?
Oh yeah, don't you think? I mean, if you think about how many people we perform for and shake hands with after a show.
Yeah, I usually attract a lot of murderers to my show.
Well, that is my target demo.
Yeah.
Quite often.
But, it would seem like when you shook their hand, it would be like one of those things where you know it, like on a TV show.
Yeah,
like,
go all around.
Yeah. Now, Bob, this is my favorite part of the trail right here.
And why is that?
Because the ground is soft.
It is soft.
And everything's green. It's quiet.
No
Kind of romantic.
I thought you were going to say because no one can hear you scream.
Well, I was getting to that. Let me know how you're holding up.
Oh boy.
Hey, let me
Actually,
know.
we should turn around.
Well, that's not really an option. I'm just curious how you're holding up.
Yeah, we should turn around.
Yeah? Why is that?
I got a thing.
Oh, you got a thing?
Yeah.
It's called bad lungs?
I just remembered that I have to meet with the president of show business.
You know,
Very
it's-
important meeting.
It's a fake excuse when people go, I got a thing. I got to do.
I just remembered no, I'm dying.
Bob, you do a lot of directing. I know you do like a lot of TV shows and films, and you're like I said, you're a filmmaker. You wrote Shakes the Clown, God Bless America, two really great dark films.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
There's World's Greatest Dad.
World's Greatest
our
Dad.
friend Robin, yeah.
Yeah. You and Robin were really close.
Yeah.
I felt bad for you when he passed away. I know how close you were, and
Thanks.
I mean, we all kind of were affected by that. I mean, he was such a huge force, in the world, and in the comedy world and the regular world.
It's funny. I was realizing that I really was close to him because I spent a fair amount of time being with him, and I was bored out of my mind.
You were?
Yeah.
You were bored with Robin?
Yeah, that's what I mean. See,
How's that possible?
I would.
Because you knew him. He wasn't always on.
He was not on. He loved to play this first-person shooter game, Call of Duty, and he'd play it, and he'd be swearing. And I finally go, "How old are these people you're playing against?" He's like, "Oh, I don't know, 12, 13." And I love the idea that like some kid's like, "The genie from Aladdin just called me a cocksucker." But yeah, so.
He was really kind of tormented, I think, especially the last few years of his life.
Yeah, well, he had a thing called Lewy body dementia, which only got diagnosed after his death, and it was, unfortunately, they thought he had Parkinson's. So even though he's going to doctors and everything, he really wasn't processing reality the same way.
Yeah.
But I miss him. I didn't have anyone I talked to more. But if you listen to our conversations, you probably would have thought, there must be two CPAs behind me. Like, that's the most boring. Not boring, but kind of serious.
It seemed like he was like so spontaneous on stage.
Yeah.
improvisational, which he was a lot, but a lot of times it was repetitious too, because I'd seen him do the.
Yeah.
He was such a good actor. He made it seem so spontaneous.
Or you would also, I mean, I hate to shatter the people's perception, like his long ride from where he lived to San Francisco, he'd be writing the whole time, you know. He did.
Yes, thinking.
He was always writing, but I will say this, I remember once he was getting ready for the Tonight Show and I was getting ready to do, I don't know, some basic cable show or something, but we were going out every night. And for him it was like a muscle because we were kind of honing down the set, and he really was working on like 10 minutes, and then when I turned on the Tonight Show he really didn't do any of it, you know.
Oh wow.
So sometimes it would kick in and it'd be this stuff that he truly hadn't come up with before, and he was coming up with it right there on the spot. But like all of us, he had some bad habits, and would just go to the stuff that was, you know, I don't know. Maybe it's the equivalent of me doing the wacky voice.
When I first saw Robin performing, I thought, why am I even doing stand-up? I mean, this guy's amazing. I'm not going to make my mark in this world.
Right.
But then you realize he couldn't be everywhere at the same time. Almost, but not everywhere.
Who were your influences?
I was just to say, and then when Robin died, I thought, man, there's going to be statues of him everywhere. You know, he's going to be so, you know, immortalized. But it really hasn't happened yet.
Well, there is like, it was kind of funny is outside of the Academy Awards, he really didn't like awards, and now posthumously people want to give him awards.
Yeah, yeah.
And sometimes they ask me to go get them, and I'm always conflicted because I knew he didn't really like them. Like he didn't do the, you know, the Mark Twain Award.
Right, right. Well, you know, the three comics that influenced me the most before I got into it was Steve Martin, Albert Brooks, and Andy Kaufman, because they were so unique.
Right.
You know. How about you? Who influenced you?
Well, Andy definitely.
Andy Kaufman?
Yeah, it's funny. I saw an old clip from my HBO special in the 80s, and I'm actually doing this. Like I was like, oh, you're doing Robin, you asshole. Yeah. So, Kaufman, Carlin, Steve Martin.
Yeah.
Now you and Gary were friends, right?
I was very good friends with Gary Shandling.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like Robin, I really miss him a lot.
Yeah, he was. He and I knew him. I wasn't friends with him, but whenever I would run into him, he always had some sort of wisdom. Yeah.
Well, yeah, he got a lot of wisdom near his latter years. He started studying Buddhism and started reflecting on life and what was really important, things like that.
Did you guys? Did you meet him here?
I don't remember where I met him. I don't know if you remember where you met Robin, but I just think it was just so organic. I met him probably in a club, and it just kind of melded into, you know, my...
Oh, I remember meeting Robin because he was already famous, and this club owner didn't want me to meet him because I was wearing a leisure suit and had all this mascara on. And he said, go in the kitchen, Robin Williams is coming. I don't want him to see you. And then he went in the kitchen, Robin did the hide from everybody. And he's like, what are you doing here? And I was like, they didn't want me to meet you.
Who are you?
Yeah.
He's kind of attracted to you, the
mascara. No, we were just standing there like... Because that was back when I didn't have, like, it was just all character and just rage, and I'd wear this, like, green leisure suit that was foam. It smelled so bad because I'd always put it on.
How often did you wash it?
Never. I just bought another one from the same place. Did you do this every day?
Not every day, but I try to. So, Bob, we're going to head back now. I know you're a little tired. You think you can make it?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah, the next time I'm going to do this on a rascal.
Okay. You like being married?
I'm not married now, but...
You have been married, that's
I
right.
have been married a number of times.
So you really like being married?
I do like being married, yes.
You ever direct any commercials, Bob? Cat?
Oh, no, I was in one. I was, Robin got me a job on a Snickers commercial.
Robin Williams?
Yes, I actually could use the money, and he was doing it, and then he said he wanted...
Why was he doing a Snickers commercial?
He did a Snickers commercial, and he wanted me to be, it was like gonna be a Super Bowl commercial, and then he said that, you know, part of the deal was I was supposed to be in it, and then he said, you know, they're gonna call you. Tell them no when they ask you. So I did. And then he called me back. He says, no, now say yes. You know, and so they jacked up the price.
Sounds like a good manager.
Yeah, and then
He wanted you to play hardball.
he did. He taught me. And then he called me back. He goes, you know, they want you to do the voice. And I said, for the amount of money Snickers is paying, I will have sex with a Snickers bar on camera. I didn't say sex, but
Yeah.
But by the way, it's a great candy bar. I forgot.
No, it's good for you too. What's your writing process like, Bob?
I go away and
Now, when you say go away, a lot of people when they go to rehab, they say, I'm going
I'm
away.
writing. He's
I'm writing.
writing.
Yeah.
No, I'll go and, like up to Big Bear. I was just the pressure of like paying for a place for a week or so. It forces me to write a script, you know. And
You feel like you got to do something while you're there.
yeah. And it usually takes me just about a week to get a first draft together.
Yeah, you know, the Jack Nicholson character in The Shining was a lot like that.
Yeah, I feel like that. My last script was like that.
All work and no play. You have any pets, Bob?
I have 2 cats, Alice Cooper and Anderson Cooper. Anderson Cooper because he's a silver fox. When I adopted them, their slave names were Moonbeam and Thor.
Nice. I know you've acted a lot. You've done a lot of the really good acting work in Police Academy movies.
Sure.
You still want to act?
You know, I retired from acting the same time they stopped hiring me, so it worked out really well for both of us, for all of us. Now, you know, I've spent a fair amount of time looking for Bigfoot, so I guess I do some hiking.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Although in the Bigfoot community, this is a hot bot. I really am actually a big deal in the Bigfoot community. You probably didn't know that.
I didn't know there was a Bigfoot community.
Oh yeah. It's a sleeping audience that people fail to address.
And where is that community?
All over, but
Is it hard to find?
it's
'Cause I always thought it was a myth, the community itself.
the community itself. There's a lot of blurry photos of the community. They're always. No, I did a movie in a horror film that I shot where the Patterson Gimlin footage was filmed. The famous footage of,
Oh, yeah.
of
Yeah.
Patty. It was a female Bigfoot on that day.
How do you know it's female?
It's got boobs.
Don't all apes kind of have boobs?
No.
How do you know it wasn't man boobs?
It could have been. He's been taking a lot of Viagra. Do you know Viagra gives you boobs?
I know. Thanks, Bobcat. Man, he can make a cup of coffee last a long time. All right, thanks for joining my hike, everyone. Please subscribe, turn on notifications, and we will catch you next time. Happy trails!